Feiglin has reached out to us asking to respond. He's joining us now from Jerusalem. Moshe Feiglin, thanks very much for joining us. So he says you support the genocide of the Palestinian people. We checked the open letter you published on August 1st. You don't call for genocide, but you do call for removal of all Palestinians from Gaza, 1.7, 1.8 million Palestinians. You want to put them in tent encampments in Sinai. Is that right?
Well, first of all, let me talk about what he said. I think talking about concentration camps is exactly like talking about mixing Christian blood on Passover. It's the same logic, it's the same basic anti-Semitism, and it's ridiculous. What I was talking about is that Israel have to win this war, and not only for Israel. Israel have to win this war against the extreme Islamic terror, not only for ourselves, but for the entire world. And in order to do so, in the most humane way, I said that we should give the Arabs in these territories where they're launching the rockets and digging the tunnels and fighting against us, using their own children as a human shield, we should give these civilians 8 hours to move to a sheltered places. That's what I was talking about.
Well, let me be precise, Mr. Feiglin. Let me be precise, because it did arouse an enormous amount of concern, this letter. Do you want to kick all the Palestinians out of Gaza and move them to what you call tent encampments in Sinai?
I want to give the Arabs in the Gaza Strip three choices, three very simple choices. Those who fighting against us should be killed, should be dead. Those who launching these rockets from kindergartens and so on should be shot. It is very simple. Those who wants to leave, and most of them, according to their surveys, more than 80% of them wishes to leave, should get from us and from the entire world all the help and support to find their future in a better place. Those who wants to stay can stay. This is exactly what I wrote, and this is exactly what I mean. The problem is, what really bothers this Osama Hamas spokesman, who very much care about the human life, of course. What he really worries about, that this is a plan to win, and Israel have to win this war.
Hold on a second. Mr. Feiglin, hold on 1 second. I want to be precise, because I got the letter. You published it August 1st to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. In the letter, and I'll read it to you, you say the formerly populated areas will be shelled in Gaza with maximum firepower. The entire civilian and military infrastructure of Hamas will be destroyed entirely. And then you say those who insist on staying will be required to publicly sign a declaration of loyalty to Israel. But getting back to the original proposal, you say they all have to leave and go to tent encampments in Sinai. Are you standing by that?
No, I did not say in Sinai. You know something, Wolf? I think that the Germans in Dresden or the Chinese in Nagasaki would have loved to get such an offer before they were bombed by the British and by the Americans. I'm talking again about the most humane way to win this war. And because we did not win this war, and because we shook the hands of these evil people 20 years ago in Oslo, you got the September 11th.
Hold on a second.
In New York.
I'm going to read.
You should realize. You should
hold on.
Let me just finish the sentence, please. You should realize which kind of war we're dealing with.
I understand the nature of war, but let me read to you the sentence that you wrote, and you tell me if this is accurate. The IDF will designate certain open areas on the Sinai border adjacent to the sea in which the civilian population will be gathered, far from the built-up areas that are used for rocket launches and tunneling. In these areas, tent encampments will be established until relevant emigration destinations are determined. Electricity and water supply to the formerly populated areas will be disconnected. Are those your words?
Definitely. We should understand, Wolf, this is a war between evil and good, between light and darkness. And this darkness, if you don't want it in Washington, should be a win. And the only way to flourish the Gaza Strip is to do exactly what we did in Jaffa 19 years before. There will be only peace in the region under the full sovereignty of Israel. We should understand that after 20 years of trying to give these terrorists any kind of sovereignty in the land of Israel. This plan, I'm saying again, is the most humane plan and the only plan that will bring peace and will flourish the region. When you give these people money, billions and billions of dollars, they don't build homes, they don't build kindergartens, they don't build any kind of economy. All they do is bring more bloodshed to the region. This is a plan to win the war with the less of casualties that can be from both sides, and once and for all bring peace to the region.
Moshe Feiglin is the Deputy Speaker of the Israeli Knesset. He's a member of the Likud party. Mr. Feiglin, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.